Corner Greens, a great little park, a great little study. This is one of those things where we had a chance to really get to a lifestyle issue. The demand for people to have their own gardens, this is where we filled it here. So this is a really good example. Let's walk through here.
Well, especially in an urbanized environment, to have community gardens
Yeah.
in such a dense community.
Well, and the popularity is amazing. I mean, there's a 6-month waiting list just to get into here. So that part is good. But one of the other ideas along the link here, which is this kind of common connector, we created these little social gardens that if you're walking along and you wanted to stop, you know, talk to some people, or I'll meet you at Common Greens, you know, so we made all these spots like meeting places as well. But in this particular park, the idea was that I could grow my food here. I could cook my food here because we have a gourmet kitchen in here, plus an outdoor barbecue here, and you can host a party and serve it.
So you could grow it, you could clean it, cut it, cook it, and eat
serve it,
in
yeah,
the same
all in this
spot.
park, yeah.
Well, and I think, you know, one thing we try to do in throughout Playa Vista in each park that we saw in some of the other examples was to introduce landscape structures that identify each park.
Yeah.
Each park got a different type of structure. And on this one, you know, I think we broke out our architect pencil because we actually did the early designs for the demonstration kitchen, correct?
Right, and I think you're right. I think the idea that each park, we want it to be, you know, public spaces have more meaning when you put structures in them. So if it's just a green and some trees, it's a great play space. But once you add structures and other elements in it that people have more functionality in, it gives more meaning to it. Plus it added an idea of character. So in this park, the fun thing was we designed this humble little tool shed. So when you work in this vegetable garden, here, look at this. When you work in this vegetable garden, you can put your rakes, your shovels, and your hoses all in here. And then that's the beauty, the democracy of landscape architecture is look what people did with their gardens.
Each one has its own little bit of a unique touch to it.
Yeah, one guy's got a whirligig down there, but the rest of them have really kept mostly to gardening and not art. But it gets used intensively. It's a really fun space, and there's plots that go here and in the back.
We do these at almost every one of our master plan communities, but what I like about these is the garden plots are irregular in size.
Right.
You didn't just pick a rectangle and go with it.
Yeah.
And
I think you know, design has an intentionality to it that you really got to decide early. What are your intentions in this space? And for this one, the idea was to kind of create that kind of off-center irregularity to it that added to kind of its, you know, aesthetic. And that was fun to do. And the building itself, you know, we just kind of wanted it to fly, that this shed roof kind of opened up towards this view back over here towards Marymount and Loyola. It also opened out onto this lawn, you know, which you can seat probably close to 100 people on this lawn. That's pretty good.
We have the Google campus directly across the street, but every time I've come here, there's a birthday party, there's an event going on, there's people cooking, this whole lawn is full of kids and neighbors. And
so from now on, when I think of Google, when I Google something, I'm going to think of this park. Let's do that. That's a nice move. Anyway, the variety of planting here was really essential. We really want to emphasize that drought. You can see it here in the Dracaena Dracos, you know, the aloes, even some giant birds. But the textural quality of a space was really what we wanted to get here. We had to have great texture. So once you add vegetable gardens, and then you see these highly artistic plants, it just really adds to it. And then we just added some small gestures as how you could communicate yourself back and forth on the walkway here, which is really terrific. And the building, you know, the building came out nice. And it plays well with its neighbors.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the terminus here, the woods, has got this great, you know, clock. So if I'm in any one of these other spaces, I open up and I see this. If I'm on the second or third floor, I can see this garden space. So the idea of visual quality from above to below. Did you pick some from your garden today?
Yes.
What'd you find?
I got some green onions.
Oh, very nice.
And then I have few of this.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah, but this morning I was here already because I picked some from strawberries.
Oh, this is lovely. This is terrific.
So this is
What is this?
onions. You can use that when you make like pancit. Yeah. Or you can use it in your fried rice. This one is my strawberry.
Your strawberries look great.
Yeah, strawberry with every morning I pick some.
Is this for good luck?
I don't know, but it's like makes me happy when the butterfly is, flying like that.
Very nice.
And this is a beans.
Beans.
Yeah, so it will have a flower already.
Oh, look at that. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
What is this?
That is alugbati. We use it with mungo beans. We cook it with mungo beans and shrimp. It's
Okay.
that delicacy of the Filipino.
Okay.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Wow, sounds delicious.
And this one is, we call it malunggay. This is rich in iron.
Oh, it is.
And
Malunggay.
yeah, iron when you eat that with the beans. We cook this with the leaves like this.
Oh, with the leaves?
Yeah, it's look like some spinach, something like that.
So you grow it and then you pick it and you take it home and you cook it.
Yeah, I bring it there to my apartment.
Terrific.
That's great.
Now I am trying to see, I will cook some egg and then I can slice this and put it on top.
Terrific.
Yeah, and I have eggplant. Eggplant.
Oh, there you go.
Japanese eggplant.
Yeah, it's ready to, it's flowering too.
Yeah, it will bear fruit soon.
Soon, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think this, I think this may be one of my favorite parks in Playa. I think it just has so much variety to it. But I like the forms, I like the materials. It just, it meets all that criteria that we were talking about earlier in terms of spatial definition, controlling your edges. But the fact that it's so interactive, that I can participate in my park, you can't beat that.
That we actually got to talk to a resident that's been here for 6 years, had a garden plot for 2, and just the diversity in her plot alone.
I'm a little jealous. I don't think I can grow a garden that well, but she's good. She's very good.